Okay, so I've got my World War II Normandy Paratrooper field gear laid out here. This is what your typical paratrooper would have had on for D-Day, plus about a month. So obviously an M1 Grand. Over here I've got my 502nd M2 helmet. Looks brand new. Haven't even sweat in that at all yet. What makes it an M2 are these C bales right here. The typical M1 would have had a square bale, but the M2 has these C-shaped ones. And then the 502nd used these heart decals, unlike the 506th, which used the spade. They did not use the tick marks around the heart shape. 506 did use that on D-Day, but the 502nd used the heart and then added the tick mark later on. It's kind of an interesting fact. Right here we've got the musette bag with suspenders attached to a pistol belt. It's called a pistol belt, but it's just the webbing belt that didn't have any M1 Grand specific ammo pouches on them. Instead they used these rigger-made pouches, which were made in about 3 different sizes. There was small, medium, and large. These are the mediums, which were the most common variant. First aid pouch on my suspenders. I wear those on the left side because I'm right-handed and right-eye dominant. So I shoulder the M1 on my right shoulder, so I don't want anything obstructing my right shoulder, so left side. I've got a M1 bayonet. This one's original. Everything on this setup is original except for the rigger pouches. Those are really hard to find originals of, and because they weren't made all that frequently. So canteen. And my canteen cup right here, also original. I've got my other first aid kit right here. It's called a Carlisle bandage. And then my e-tool. Which can be used at either a 90-degree angle like this or just straight, and it's got this locking ring on there. The musette bag was used to carry personal items or extra ammunition. It's anything was carried in this. So it didn't really have a designated purpose. It was just meant to carry a sweatshirt or whatever else, toiletries, personal items that the soldier might have wanted to bring. In a lot of original photos, when you see paratroopers wearing this, they'll have the e-tool on either the left side or the right side. Same with the bayonet. Just because they're longer, it makes it more difficult to sit down if you had those items on the back. So you see these bandage pouches really commonly being worn on the back, very back, and the canteen as well. Because if you were a slimmer guy, you'd run out of real estate on this pistol belt really fast. I mean, I got a 32-inch waist, and this stuff just barely fits on here. These rigger pouches made it hard to get everything on the belt. The M1 Grand specific ammo belt that had the pouches for the M1 Grand ammo clips, they had these rings underneath the pouches so you could wear this stuff over here as well, which made it easier to set up. So you really had to stuff everything, you had to find places to put this stuff. Sometimes you see these rigger pouches being worn on the suspender straps because they just didn't have any more room on their belts. These rigger pouches are really commonly seen in the Normandy invasion for paratroopers. but they disappeared almost entirely by Market Garden and were replaced with the M1 Grand ammo belts. So post Operation Market Garden, you almost never see pictures of these being used anymore. A big complaint that a lot of paratroopers had about these rigger pouches was that as soon as you opened it up to get a clip out, there was nothing to retain any of your ammunition in this pouch. It would just all fall out if you didn't rebutton the pouch. So they really kind of hated these. These rigger pouches are made by Stand in the Door, and he's added an elastic pouch up top to keep that from happening for reenactors, but this would not have been on originals. These little foam blocks that are included are just meant to be spacers, so you can lay them down in the bottom and it'll keep blank ammunition seated at the top like actual ammunition would have been, because obviously blank ammunition doesn't have the bullet, so they're quite a bit shorter. So this is really kind of set up for reenactors, not for historical accuracy. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you thought this was interesting. Cheers.